Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Messi. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Inning Junior. Borgzorg. That's a sweet ball, that. Can he get onto this? It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Inning Junior.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Borgzorg. Inning Junior. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. And the shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Inning Junior. Borgzorg. Now he's off and running. And they've got a throw. And it's Messi. Borgzorg. Nicely spread. He's in plenty of space here. Showing good feet. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played out towards the right wing. That's been cut out, well played. Out to the left it goes. Well, it is not hard to guess which of the dressing rooms will be a happier place when they head down the tunnel in a few moments from now.
Well, that's assuming the scoreline stays the same, but yes, we knew from the start that they were going to approach this with a clean sheet-minded game plan, and they haven't put a foot wrong so far.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Illing Jr. Can he latch on to this? Oh, perfectly measured that. Can he put it away? Now that is commitment to the cause. They've played it short. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That looks a good ball through. Oh, that's a key interception. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goals.
Featuring our guest performance
Any
today.
strong opinions on the first half?
Yeah, and despite the scoreline, it's clear who the better side is when it comes to chances. If this is the trend that's going to continue, then there's only going to be one winner here, and I don't think it's going to take too much improvement for it to happen.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
And there they are. Please welcome our players, everyone.
There's the start of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Spread neatly. That's tidy.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And it's been taken short. Can he get away here? And now they can spring out of defence. Distributed tidily. Messi.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, that's well spotted. Messi. Strokes it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And that should get the job done. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward.
Manchester United are certainly doing more than making up the numbers here, Peter.
Wow, it's admirable what they're doing.
Well, it is, but their manager will probably be in two minds as to when he wants his players to get on the front foot and give their more illustrious opponents a problem or three.
I suppose it's all about the timing. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
And he was quick to react. Illing Jr. Middlesbrough looking to pass their way through. That is lovely. Oh, he's been caught napping. Great ball, and he's in here. Has a go! Illing Jr. He has found the way through. He's got tall. Oh, taken with style. Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
After 69 minutes is number 11.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Substitution in progress.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Played back in. It's a good run that, great timing. No, that was never going to make it. And it's Messi. Messi moves wide and looking to get onto this. Oh, played through for the wide man.
Manchester United really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Substitution.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
He's been picked out. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Into the last 5 minutes. Illing Jr. Passing is crisp and sharp. Iheanacho. And he's gone looking for safety. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And the keeper beats it away. And that has been knocked clear.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Illing Jr. is charging up on the overlap. And we're done. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim? Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very
Hello,
nicely
everybody,
here.
and welcome to
Gorgeous,
today's
gorgeous
match.
evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. And the
Please
mood
welcome everyone.
is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Manchester United have opted for a 4-5-1 formation, it appears, Jim.
Well, this setup, Peter, can be very defensive if that midfield is in place purely to form a protective layer in front of the back four. But it can also be the launchpad to very quick counter-attacks. If you can offer pace and accuracy on the front foot, it can have a devastating effect, actually, at the offensive end of the pitch too.
Well, we're on the way. Gelhardt.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Oh, important interception. Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, he's onto this, and the shot!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
João Pedro. And he was quick to react. Manchester United still holding out. Gelhardt. Goes looking wide. Egan. Gelhardt. Now he's off and running. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. And there's green grass ahead of him. Great chance! And he's heaved it away. Gelhardt. Egan. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. João Pedro. expertly cut out, really nicely done. Manchester United looking to get into the break with the scores just as they are.
Yeah, this has been a terrific show of discipline, and that defensive shape has remained in place. And to me, it looks very much like it's going to stay.
It's a classic underdog performance, isn't it? João Pedro, spread it left. Messi. Messi. And the finish! Oh, he's really drilled it.
Oh, the contact was as crisp as it comes. The direction was the issue.
João Pedro. Oh, that's nice. And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal. But it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Manchester United have been playing relatively well from what I've witnessed. Good movement, and the ball retention has been quite strong, and it's led to a few chances. It's just that cutting edge that's lacking at the moment, and it's fixable.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Fiddles it through. There's no flag. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's taking no chances there. They've played it short.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Oh, that's a key interception.
Manchester United are certainly doing more than making up the numbers here, Peter.
Wow, it's admirable what they're doing.
Well, it is, but their manager will probably be in two minds as to when he wants his players to get on the front foot and give their more illustrious opponents a problem or three.
I suppose it's all about the timing. Egan. Gelhardt.
The attendance for this match was 52,044.
Distributed tidily. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Messi chasing after it.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Nice interception, well timed. And that is a little undercooked. Gelhardt. Great hit! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Substitution on the field. Number 28.
Hull can now introduce the first of their
replace him
substitutes.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Now the finish! They've done it! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, I really can't say enough as to how good the final ball was. It took the defence out of the equation for that split moment, and the damage was all done.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
He's picked his way through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Manchester United are definitely going about this the right way.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And he's straight offside.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Messi. Back into the middle. And that has put paid to that. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Time is running out here.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Hull are making a change now.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Number 19.
Egan. Gelhardt wriggles his way through. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Number 30. Coming on to replace him is number 33.
Lincoln. Lincoln. Chance! Danger averted for now.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
There will be 3 minutes
We are
added time.
into stoppage time.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Hull clearly now in lead preservation mode.
I'm sure some will disagree with me, but this is all about good ball retention now.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford.
And this is now today's lineup.
Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So, effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Turns back here, probably the best option. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I've always been impressed with how this guy, Szoboszlai, has been able to combine physicality and the...
Szoboszlai! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And that is fabulous! A true beauty of a goal!
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Konate and Gravenberch. Bradley. Soboslai delivering the goods as expected.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Bradley.
Manchester United really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, he's found support out wide.
Yeah, this kind of bold running.
Gakpo! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And they've got a throw. Now that looks a decent ball. Opts for safety. Liverpool applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and of course the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. Gakpo. Bradley. And Gravenberch. Salah.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Lovely feet. Bradley gets into some space. Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Messi. Messi. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, sweet feet. He is through here. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. They've played it short. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Messi. Szoboszlai looking understandably energised after his goal.
Manchester United truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Played back in. Now it's Diaz. Szoboszlai! And he hits the net! 2 up and threatening to pull clear!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Liverpool are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
He's got away. Bradley wins the duel this time. Interesting ball.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Well cut out,
There
no
will be
margin for
1
error
minute
there at all.
time.
And it's been taken short. Real chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. And that is one way to get his defending done. They've played it short. Messi. Gravenberg gets it away. And the whistle goes for half-time. How would you review the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
And please welcome our lads to the field.
There's the start of the second half.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gakpo. Gravenberg. Konate. Bradley. Mohamed Salah cuts it out. Gravenberg. And it's Salah. And Bradley. Konate. Gravenberg. Konate. Van Dijk. McAllister. Tsimikas. Gakpo, who does have an assist to his name.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
And it's Salah. Gakpo in acres of space out wide. That's a decent clearance. And the pass is intercepted. Mohamed Salah. Oh, it's a promising build-up this, plenty of really nice passing. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind.
The attendance for this match was 71,649.
Messi is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
He shifted it to the flank. Now it's Diaz. And they can counter here. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Diaz. And he was quick to react.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Gakpo. Now it's Szoboszlai. He's in plenty of space here. He's had a shot! They just took too long getting forward.
Oh, Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive, we know that, and that one never really got going.
Front-footed pressing going on here. McAllister.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Mohamed Salah. Now it's Szoboszlai. There's the shot! And that is wildly off target.
OK, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Gravenberg. Van Dijk.
Manchester United really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
To McAllister. Gravenberg. McAllister. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. The final 5 minutes. Great work on the overlap. Oh, such a clever touch. The message is clear, none shall pass. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And here's Gakpo. McAllister. And time is up. Manchester United were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
Cars parked on the road outside the stadium.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.